A friend of mine sent me good friend of mine, very good friend of mine, sent me a link to a website that lays out the regulations that are about to be unleashed on us. And I want you to listen to this. And you libs, I hope these regulations put you out of work, put you out of business. I hope you're miserable. Because it's obvious that reason and logic cannot persuade you that you're going in the wrong direction. So maybe the policies of your own hero will do that. Because these crushing policies know no party. So you're going to get screwed too. Now, that's the one good thing about all this. We have what I would call a regulatory cliff. You keep hearing about the fiscal cliff. Well, we have a regulatory cliff. Newly posted regulations. The last 7 days, there have been 408 of them. You believe this, Mr. Producer? The last 15 days, there have been 851 regulations. The last 30 days, newly posted regulations, 1,852. The last 3 months, 5,932 have been posted. We call that almost 6,000 regulations in the last 90 days that have been posted. Now, regulations with comments that are due soon, you have a comment period on these regulations, not that they pay attention in the bureaucracy. The next 3 days, 80. So this is what's coming now. Next 7 days, 159. Next 15 days, 320. Next 30 days, 671. Next 3 months, 932 regulations for comments. 932 regulations are coming on top of the 5,932 they've already posted, for a total of almost 7,000 regulations. Not pages of regulations, but regulations. Small, medium, and large. We have a regulatory cliff. I don't know how we're going to survive this. Well, we got to change our tone, we conservatives. We got to modernize our message. It's funny, isn't it? Those who promote tyranny never modernize anything or change their tone at all. They just keep barreling ahead. We have to deal with the chihuahuas who keep biting at our heels. We have to keep slapping them away while we try to save the country and turn the boat around. Oh, here's another one from Fortune magazine. Wall Streeters say, you ready for this one? Obama's second term will be the death knell for small banks. Now that Obama has been reelected, analysts, consultants, and deal makers have turned from whether Dodd-Frank will be repealed to what it means for banks now that it's likely here to stay. The overwhelming conclusion, thousands of small banks will soon disappear. I said, thousands of small banks will soon disappear. So there'll be a relative handful of banks, maybe 100. Big banks. Too big to fail, of course, because all the little ones have failed. You see, folks, Obama's not about the little guy, the little bank, the little business, the little anything. He has big thoughts. Concentration of power, centralization. You can't have 7,000 banks and control money. You got to control 100 banks. You can't control 7,000 banks. It's like the student loan program. That can't be in the hands of private companies. The government needs to take that over, for crying out loud. You can't have 1/6 of the economy in private hands, health care. No. Government needs to control that. And everything else. Because the government's fair. The government's looking out for you, the folks. The government wants to screw the rich, you see. By the way, who is it that's driving up the price of gasoline? Is that big oil or big Obama? I like that phrase, Mr. Producer. Who is driving up the price of electricity? Is that big coal or big Obama? Gee, Willikers, I don't know. Even the car prices. Who's driving up the price of automobiles? Is that big auto, what's left of it, or big Obama? Who's driving up the price of clothing and food? Is that big clothing and big food, or is it big Obama? Oh, and there's so much more to come. See, tyranny has no limits. It has no blueprint. Once we're unmoored from the Constitution, we just have to rely on, masterminds and cults, cult figures and all that, and that's what we have right now. Imagine what Obama thinks when he wakes up in the morning. Gee, I'm president. I can do damn near anything I want. Benghazi, I don't want to talk about it. Fast and Furious, I don't want to talk about it. I want this guy appointed over here. I don't give a damn if the Senate's in recess or not. Oh, Congress won't act. I'll issue an executive order all in a day's work. Now, off to the golf course. We've got here a country club liberal, or as I like to call them, Mercedes Marxists, but a country club liberal. He's played more golf than all the former presidents combined. Nobody cares. He won real. Oh, who cares? Nobody. Once his policies really, really kick in, I'm sorry, the patriots among you, you're going to suffer from them. But the drones, it's going to be a real kick in the teeth for you. And I can't wait.